Because see, I mean, I'm flying this like a trainer helicopter. I really am. But it can do some, like this right here. You can't do that with a toy helicopter. But that's not a hard move to do. You just push one stick left or right. Maintain your throttle, your elevation. But watch this, Abby. I mean, I can just, isn't that crazy? Throttle.
It's like you fell out of the sky.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't expect that, would you? Like, watch this, I'll do it again. I'll just, down. So, just playing with the pitch of that main rotor, that is crazy. That is something, wow, that's crazy. I like that. That is cool. You can't, that's like anti-gravity. And that's really cool. You can't do that with like an actual trainer helicopter. What in the world could be in this mystery RC case today? Thumbnails and titles ruin all my fun, always. you probably already know, but this is actually one of the most presentable RC helicopters I've ever seen. It has a really good presentation is what I mean by that. The case itself is extremely awesome. You guys know I'm a sucker for a good case. Really nice instructions by Eachine. Check this out. Packaged extremely nicely, as you saw there. We have an Eachine e160 helicopter. If you like this, we'll have a link in the description box below. The setup is amazing. It's a brushless helicopter, fly-barless, of course, and we've got a brushless tail rotor here too, so it's actually direct driven. It's not belt driven or gear driven. Then it comes with our setup, the one that we have, comes with 4 2S LiPo batteries with actual hobby grade XT30 little plugs on there, which is awesome because you don't have to buy their special brand of batteries, although they're pretty cheap at a good price. So extra batteries will be linked down there too. This is a good setup though. You know, I'm not a great helicopter pilot. If you guys remember my last helicopter video, a little more with a little more throttle.
I already lost you.
Right over the trees there. Oh, and I did not. There we go. You know what? I just barely pitched it forward. I throttled down.
I do.
It didn't end that well. Well, the last one that was brushless and nice and hobby grade. That one didn't end very well. I liked it a lot, but it just had a little incident. I'm not a great helicopter pilot. I'm a striving, wannabe good helicopter pilot, and I think something like this will help get me there. It does have stabilization, but you can turn that off and fly this inverted and all sorts of crazy things too. I won't be able to show you all that stuff today, but I am going to show you a somewhat beginner moving into intermediates perspective on this helicopter. So let's put it in the air and see how it does. Abby told me off camera that we better go ahead and take a thumbnail just in case. So we did. Well, there we're throttled up. Ah, very nice. It took a minute to get that speed up, and then see a helicopter like this, you just got to wait for the speed to get built up, and then you fly with the pitch of the blades. So that's actually what controls this helicopter, and I just have to wrap my mind around that. My throttle on the left stick is not necessarily throttle. It's actually adjusting the pitch of the main rotor blades. So it's very interesting to fly something like this. I'm lucky though, because this helicopter has, they call it 6G mode. It's just an auto stabilization mode, which keeps me nice and level. So I can get practice flying it around like this and hopefully don't have any crashes. So I got to get a lot of stick time on a helicopter like this one. Listen to it though. So when I go half throttle on this helicopter, you know, that's its funky zone. It likes to be either right above half throttle or right below, because if you go below, you can really push the helicopter down fast. See, I can really adjust up and down like crazy because the pitch of the blades is what's making that adjustment. So it's actually pushing the helicopter down really fast. Does it look better above or below the grass there?
Just depends on what you want to do.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to fly around and get a feel for this, leaving it in 6G mode completely, or auto stabilization mode. And guys, today, this helicopter is actually plan B for the day. I had intended to fly a new airplane, new for me, the V900. But unfortunately, after I got it built and I was ready to bind it, it did bind, and when I gave it throttle, it absolutely fried the receiver. So Not sure if we're going to actually see that on our channel because I bought that months ago and we're outside of the warranty. It frustrated me. I talked to a friend. It was
like last Black Friday or something, right?
It's been a while. So I talked to a friend about it just to see if he would be interested in picking it up for a steal off of me, and he is probably going to do that. So you may see that on the channel, on his channel really soon. If I see it there, I'll maybe link it up on Facebook or something for you guys to see. This is cruising right along. This would be such a good little stunt helicopter if only I were good at stunts. That's okay though, because I've got to get practice on a hobby grade helicopter. That's exactly what this is. Eachine's making some really good hobby grade brushless setups that is capable of helping a beginner like me trying to become an intermediate pilot. And if I could just get comfortable with the switches here. So I have high and low rate. I think I'm in low right now, so I've been actually flying in high rate. You see, so now everything feels a little better actually, but I'm gonna keep going high rate. I'm gonna keep going high rate because I want to get a much more aggressive feel for this helicopter. So maybe I can do some rolls and things. I've got a couple other, there's one switch back here that it gives you a different flight mode. I want to go to 3D mode so bad. I really do. I always push myself on helicopters, a lot of times to my own detriment, or to the helicopter's detriment. Yeah, I don't like flying helicopters close to us, ever, especially like this. These things are just powerful. You can just hear it. The little whining noise you heard as it flew over, that's the tail rotor, but this thing just has some power. There, we can rotate it really fast. Look at that. Wow. That's cool. Again, we're in high rates. So I have 2 batteries charged. Maybe I'll do my best to just try to keep this in one piece on this flight to let you guys know what a fairly docile flight will give you on a flight time. And then we'll put in the other battery, and I might try to do a loop as long as we have enough daylight to pull it off. I'll give it a shot. I will give it a shot. I'll fly over grass, because you know, grass will save a helicopter from crashing. Big favor too, all you helicopter guys out there, if you're watching, you know, I know we have a lot of guys out there that watch our videos looking for helicopter videos to help promote that part of the hobby, because let's face it, there's not a ton of helicopter RC guys out there in comparison to airplanes and stuff. If you're a helicopter guy watching this video and you love the industry, this part of the hobby, helicopters, give this video a like, so YouTube will help to maybe promote it a little bit more and get helicopters in the hands of more people. We really need that for the hobby to grow. So if you like this video, even if you're not really into helicopters, but you just want to see the RC industry grow, you know, consider liking this video. It really does help to get the word out there on something like this. This is just a good setup. Something like this, as long as you've flown a basic helicopter before, like even a toy grade helicopter, so you understand the controls, this would be a very good second or third helicopter for somebody. As long as you have a lot of flights on your first one and you didn't crash it a lot. Because see, I mean, I'm flying this like a trainer helicopter. I really am. But it can do some, like this right here. You can't do that with a toy helicopter. But that's not a hard move to do. You just push one stick left or right. Maintain your throttle, your elevation. But watch this, Abby. I mean, I can just, isn't that crazy? Throttle.
It's like you fell out of the sky.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't expect that, would you? Like, watch this, I'll do it again. I'll just, down. So, just playing with the pitch of that main rotor, that is crazy. That is something, wow, that's crazy. I like that. That is cool. You can't, that's like anti-gravity. And that's really cool. You can't do that with like an actual trainer helicopter. You know, we're into hobby grade stuff here now. This is really awesome. This is one that I don't want to crash. So should I push myself on that second battery?
I think you need to get some more flights in on it off camera and then follow up here in a month or so.
Off camera?
Well, then if you never see this on the channel again, just assume Nate crashed it.
Oh man. Okay, so or
maybe I'll put it on Instagram, so give you guys a reason to go follow us on Instagram.
We can confidently say that this helicopter is, I would say, fairly beginner friendly. It is an awesome setup, very nicely made. It flies extremely well. Yeah, look at that moon. That is so cool. And I wouldn't say it should be someone's first helicopter unless you already have some level of aviation experience and you're really good with like a stunt drone or a race drone. You've got really good hand-eye coordination. Then yeah, this could be your very first helicopter. But I would say this is a strong second helicopter, very good second helicopter, because there's so much room for growth on this. It is flying so well. And I am no good helicopter pilot, far from it. Let's see if I can at least do a fast flyby. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that. Okay, so more on the right stick. Just gotta focus on pitch. Oh!
Whoa, you got low.
Yeah. Come back, baby helicopter. Okay, so fast flyby. I've got it pitched the right way. I just got to get it to slow down some. I'm just going to cruise by. Well, I'm really impressed with this flight time. I wasn't expecting this. I thought we'd get maybe about a 4 or 5 minute flight time.
You're like 8 minutes or something.
Yeah, this is really good. And keep in mind, I charged a second battery. Oh, actually, here we go. It's spinning down. So what's happening is I can still control the pitch, but the rotation, you know, the RPMs starts lowering. So I had enough juice left to bring it in. I could just feel it and hear it that it was getting low, just enough time to land safely. Hey, what a good maiden flight of that helicopter. So most of the time when something has throttle hold, I'll be honest with you, I don't generally take advantage of that. I don't do that on my airplanes. I probably should, especially with Amelia getting older, you know. I think that'll be smart for me to do in the future, but this helicopter, as ready to fly, has a throttle hold switch. What that means is, when the helicopter lands, when I'm not ready to fly it, you throw this little switch back here on the radio. And now I can give it throttle. Let's still be careful, assuming it could fire up. But you see, look at those blades. They're adjusting their pitch. So when this helicopter is actually flying, when I gave it throttle, even at about 10% or so, it just goes to full throttle. It slowly revs up to full throttle. And then it's just adjusting the pitch of those blades to affect whether it flies up or down. That's how I was able to go up, down really fast, because you're just quickly adjusting the pitch of the blades. Isn't that cool?
That's crazy.
So like most of the helicopters that you and I fly, when we adjust throttle, it adjusts how fast the blades are actually spinning.
Right.
And so we can just kind of ease up and it'll climb and ease down. Even if you juice it hard, it just kind of slowly climbs. If you pull it down on the throttle, it'll just fall out of the sky. This one, you actually have like anti-gravity. Oh, it's just so cool. That's fun. And then a brushless tail rotor, a brushless main rotor. I have 3 more batteries that I could fly on. We're losing our daylight, and I think I want to walk home with a hobby grade helicopter in one piece today. And you know, I'm pushing myself, I'm pushing my luck, I'm pushing my abilities, and with that, I'm so happy to have AMA insurance. This is something that's a bit out of my comfort zone and definitely out of my confidence realm. You know, I'm nowhere near as confident with this as I am with airplanes. So I encourage you guys, when you're pushing your boundaries, flying something new for the first time ever, that's probably the most important time to have AMA, which is the Academy of Model Aeronautics insurance. They're insurance for us, the hobbyists, flying toys. This is a toy, but it could still hurt someone, and it could do some damage to a parked car nearby. That's where AMA steps in place. As long as you're following their recommended rules and guidelines, you're covered. You don't have to be at an AMA sanctioned field, so you better believe when I fly something, even if I'm extremely confident and I've flown it 100 times, or it's my maiden flight, I always have my AMA on me. If you want to sign up for AMA, we'll have them linked in the description box below. And if you want to pick this helicopter up, we'll have it linked below too. I highly recommend this thing. That was really fun. That was a blast. So much fun that I really do want to put the other battery in and start to try some stunt maneuvers, a little bit of inverted flight or something for you guys, with you guys. But Abby's right. I think I need to get probably like you know, 4 or 5 more flights, just like what I did right there on camera with you guys. I need to do that exactly again so I can get a feel for this helicopter. How does that really feel after I keep playing with that? How is the high rate versus low rate? I'm going to keep flying, and that's how I always encourage you guys to fly too. Hey, fly your airplane, your brand new airplane, 10 times before you ever try a loop or a roll, especially if you're a beginner. So I'm going to take my own advice on this one, heed Abby's warnings a little bit, and just hold off before I do any stunts with this helicopter, and just keep flying it. Keep it in one piece, get some more flights in. Give it at least 1 full flight on each battery, right? I got 4 batteries, I can do 3 more. So that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully you see this come back to the channel, because what a great setup it actually is. If you're looking to up your helicopter game, this is really good, especially this time of year if you're looking for a Christmas present for yourself or for someone else that you're shopping for maybe. It's coming home in one piece. And for a beautiful day to fly, I thank God. I'm such a lucky person to get to have this hobby in my life, share it with my wife and my best friend, and also be able to share this just with anybody that's willing to watch. And so for all you guys tuning in, I thank you very much. I thank the big guy upstairs. I also want to say a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters, because most of the time our Patreon supporters are kind of like our spare parts people for our helicopters, because most of the time my helicopters don't come home in one piece. It seems like the hobby grade ones don't anyway. And so I say a huge thanks to our Patreon supporters to help me know that if I do crash this, I can buy a couple spare parts and put it back in the air thanks to you guys. We'll have all the good stuff linked in the description box below, and I'll tell you what, maybe that crash helicopter, because that was a fun one, it really was. Maybe we'll have that video popping up right about now. Thanks for watching, we'll see you there.